Ring generalship, exceptional hand and foot speed, terrific reflexes. A question mark about Sharmba, will his eyes hold up against the punching power of Kostya Tszyu? Nobody's talking about that this week, but I see that as a problem. For all you people watching down in New Zealand and Australia, I see David Tua is here, Kevin Barry is with him, and David Tua, who fought Lennox Lewis for the heavyweight championship, signaling over here. He says, hey, Colonel, I'm ready to fight for the title again, and perhaps you get a shot at the winner of Holyfield and Ruiz. Here's Jimmy Lennon.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the beautiful Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, as it's time for our featured bout of the evening, and it's all brought to you by Don King Productions in association with Vlad Wharton's Millennium Events, along with the Mandalay Bay and Showtime Championship Boxing. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the World Boxing Council, President Jose Sulaiman, Supervisor Eduardo Lamazon, along with the World Boxing Association, the President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Bolivar Icaza, and the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Elias Ghanem, Commissioners Amy Ayub, Glenn Carano, Dr. Flip Omansky, and Dr. Luther Mack. The Executive Director is Mark Ratner. Now introducing to you our three judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Chuck Giampa. From Carson City, Nevada, Keith MacDonald. And from Tervuren, Belgium, Daniel Vanderveel. And the third man of the ring, our referee in charge, he is working in this, his 138th world title bout, Joe Cortez. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the unified WBA and WBC Super Lightweight Championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the Mandalay Bay, it's showtime! Introducing to you first, ladies and gentlemen, on my left, he is fighting out of the red corner. He is entering the ring wearing camouflage trunks, originally from Washington, D.C., now fighting out of Tacoma Park, Maryland. He weighed in at a trim and ready 139 pounds with a record of 47 wins, 2 losses. He has 29 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the 5th defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WBA Super Lightweight Champion of the world, known as the Little Big Man, introducing Sharmba Mitchell. And his opponent across the ring, ready to fight on my right in the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing black trunks, originally from Saratov, Russia, now fighting out of Sydney, Australia. He weighed in at the super lightweight limit of 140 pounds even. His record stands at 25 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 21 wins coming by way of knockout. In his second reign as super lightweight champion, tonight he is making the 3rd defense of his title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the world, introducing Kostya Tszyu. Once again, our referee in charge, Joe Cortez, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of unification championship boxing coming.
All right, Mitchell, Tszyu. All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. This fight for the WBC, WBA unification. I want good sportsmanlike conduct. Give me a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all time. Remember, guys, I'm fair, but I'm firm, all right? Touch them out.
All right, so it's set to go. Bob Sheridan here with Mark Goldberg. You're watching King Vision around the world. By the way, Tszyu and Mitchell have no common opponents. And also, another note just before we get started here, as they weighed in, Jody Heaps, my stat man, found out as he went down to the scales and saw Tszyu weigh in at 150 and Mitchell in at 145, where last night when they weighed in officially, they're in under the limit for this super lightweight division. At 139 was Mitchell and 140 was Tszyu. But right now, Tszyu is 6 pounds heavier, 5 pounds heavier, 150 to 145. Tszyu in the solid black trunks. If there's any knock about him, at least people will say that he can start slow. He has a distinct style where he holds that left hand high, very quick as the hands, and that's the quickness of Sharmba Mitchell. That Sharmba will try to take advantage of Costa early. Sharmba can go the distance. We talked about his ring record of going the distance in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights in a row dating back to October of 1998. This is round number 1. Sharmba has been very busy so far. He hasn't felt the power of Tszyu. Tszyu missed with the left hand. Tszyu is a guy, as you heard him say himself earlier, that he wants to break this man down. He can run, but he can't hide, says Kostya Tszyu. Costa trying to make him come to him. Costa has a lot of power in both hands. He threw them both that time, and neither one landed. Sharmba loads up the left hand. That's his power shot down the middle. Puts Tszyu back on his heels. Tszyu realizes the speed of Sharmba. Sharmba almost got his arm caught up on the shoulder, and Tszyu came down. Sharmba very quick at his feet, showed the quickness there. Nice uppercut, sneaky uppercut by Sharmba. Bounced the head back of Kostya Tszyu. Now, while Kostya Tszyu has been credited with beating a lot of named fighters, in reality, he beat a lot of guys who were slightly over the top when he fought him, namely Roger Mayweather, Hector Lopez, also Livingston Bramble, and Juan Laporte. So while he has a lot of named fighters in there, and down goes Sharmba Mitchell, but they say it is a slip. Joe Cortez ruled that a slip. We'll have to see that in the replay to see why. He considered him off balance.
Stop.
Perhaps Sharmba felt a bit of the power, but perhaps he was back on his heels and just was on his way back. I don't know. I'll have to see that on the replay to see exactly what happened. Minute to go here in round number 1. Tszyu holds that left hand high, almost measures the guy with the left hand. Sharmba clipped him inside. A lot of wrestling around in here. This is a tough fight. Joe says, hey, I don't want any pushing. I don't want any rough tactics. Sharmba doesn't want to wait inside here. When he gets in here, he wants to hang on. Hits him with a left hand. Costa gets clipped with a pretty good left hand. And then he pushes Sharmba to the canvas. And again, Joe Cortez waves that off. This is going to be a tough fight. You can see that. Because Costa, in reality, really hasn't faced anybody, in my opinion, with the skill and quickness of Sharmba, which should make for what we're seeing a terrific fight to this point. Sharmba gets clipped inside with that right uppercut. These are two tough guys. And they both want it. They both think they can win. In Sharmba's mind, there's no way he can lose. The Kostya Tszyu doesn't even think, mention the word. He just knows he's going to break this guy down and knock him out. Hey, there's 10 seconds to go. How do you score this first round? Costa showing some power, but Sharmba showing the ability to elude the power shots of Kostya Tszyu. I don't know. I think Mitchell may have outboxed him in the first round. Pretty even, but I'll tell you, here where we have contrasting styles with the boxer and the slick movement of Sharmba Mitchell against the power of Kostya Tszyu, and this is making for a good fight. When you've got these two different styles, in the last fight, the guys were so evenly matched in ability and what they did, in spite of the fact they had a southpaw and a right-handed fighter, as we do in this fight. Watch this. We'll see this slip. We'll see if we can see now. Now he kind of pushed him on the shoulder. Yeah, Joe Cortez right on top of it. He did. He pushed him on the shoulder, pushed him over. But that in itself will show you some power. And this is one of the reasons why I gave that round very closely to Sharmba. He landed some of the better shots inside there. Tough card first round. I gave Mitchell the first round. The judges here doing the scoring, Chuck Giampa of Las Vegas, Keith MacDonald of Carson City, and Daniel van der Wiele of Belgium doing the scoring. This is round number 2. It's scheduled for 12. Kostya Tszyu in the black trunks, the pride of Australia, via Zirov in Russia. Notice the way Costa will use that left hand to measure and also use it as a hook. Sharmba, the southpaw, comes forward.
Come on, guys.
Kostya Tszyu is a very bright kid, by the way. I mentioned how much I enjoyed spending time with him. I've known Sharmba for quite a while. I'm fond of him as a fighter, too, but I really enjoyed getting to know Kostya Tszyu better this week. I did the Chavez fight when he fought a while back, and really did the opportunities that I had this week in Vegas.
Down. Let's go.
Trouble with Tszyu is he's a hard guy to hit, too. He's right there in front of you, but he's not that easy to hit clean shots with. Look at Tszyu hanging on with the right hand and then coming with the uppercut. Sharmba gets his hands loose and tries to work downstairs. Both of these guys realize they're in a war right now. This is only the second round, and this is a good fight.
Come in with the head, man. Put the hands up.
Now Costa wants to throw him off. He's hanging on. You know what's funny about both of these guys? When you meet them outside the ring, they're the sweetest guys you want to meet. You see them in the ring, and they're both tigers. That's what boxing is supposedly all about. I still get the feeling that Costa has the power, which is the book on him. Sharmba can never, ever get lazy. He can never get caught right in front of this guy. If he does, Tszyu will catch up with him, I promise you, with that power that he has. Because it's a noticeable difference in the power between the two. Sharmba could outbox him. His blood trickles from the left nostril now of Sharmba Mitchell. Sharmba not as quick on his feet right now, and Costa's closing the gap inside. He's right in front of Costa. Bad spot to be unless you're throwing. He's not throwing, though. He's throwing with his right hand, which is his jabbing hand. Sharmba wants to have angles, I heard his trainers talking to him about saying, hey, you can't get caught in front of this guy. If you can get your angle and use your right hand, which is your jabbing hand, and you get a pretty good hook for the southpaw. But Costa's well able to handle him, too. He knows what he's doing in there, too. Sharmba misses the powerful left shot that he threw. Doing a nice job holding him off a double jab.
Bring out.
It looks like he's concentrating, too. You can never, ever doze off for even a second with Kostya Tszyu. When a guy has this kind of power for a boxer like Sharmba, you got to move all the time. You know what happened to Francois Botto against Mike Tyson in the first 5 rounds, and he dozed off in the closing seconds of the 5th round and got clipped, and it was all over. That too could happen in this fight. And another thing that you got to watch in the closing seconds of the second round is the way the heads are coming together. Sharmba can and is susceptible to being cut around the eyes. A good action-packed second round. I thought Sharmba out-hustled him in the second round as well. That's Kostya Tszyu's dad, by the way. And, boy, they look an awful lot alike, don't they? Watch this by Sharmba Mitchell now. Watch the uppercut. Ooh, right there. See, I haven't seen Costa land anything that would be borderline that effective so far, so I have to say that I'm going to have to give that round 2 to Sharmba Mitchell.
When you rough tactics, all right? Watch them push it, all right?
Okay, let's
go.
Joe Cortez says, watch the rough tactics, he says, in the corner of Kostya Tszyu. Here we go, round 3. Bob Sheridan, we're on King Vision around the world. Glad that you're going to be with us from whichever corner of the globe that you're watching from. We're in Mandalay Bay in the event center here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is round 3. Kostya Tszyu, black trunks and the camouflage, wild-looking trunks with all the slits is Sharmba Mitchell. Sharmba has been moving and outboxing Costa to this point.
All right, break.
But remember, Costa's a guy who is known to start rather slow, and he really starts to show his power along about 5, 6, and 7. And Sharmba has got to maintain concentration like he's shown in the first 2 rounds. Or Costa will begin to catch up with him. And it'll be a slow transition if it happens that way. At least that's what's happened in the previous fights. See, that combination by Kostya Tszyu, that's the way it usually starts, but sometimes it doesn't start till the 4th, 5th, or 6th round. But it started here. Now, Sharmba's got to, good job by Sharmba that time to stop him from scoring inside. This is round number 3, and again, it's scheduled for 12 rounds. Most people don't think it's going to go the distance. I think whoever wins this fight is going to stop the other guy. Sharmba got caught that time with a sneaky right hand as Costa tapped him. Now, notice the way Costa either measures with the left hand or he'll use it as a hook. And he's successful both ways. When he's measuring, he's looking to throw the right hand. But he's sneaky because just as you're looking for the right hand, all of a sudden you get clipped on the right side of your head by his left hand. Tough inside work here. Look at these guys. Sharmba slipped into his corner. Costa's jumped right on it. This guy's a warrior. Mitchell lost a bit of concentration because he slipped over in his corner for a second. Remember the talk about the left knee prior to the fight. And Sharmba doesn't like a lot of things that are happening to him. When he's in those clinches, he gets hit behind the head. He's got blood coming from the nose. He's losing concentration now. He's letting Costa come through. and Costa's able to land the right hand inside. Remember what I said? Mitchell does not want to be in front of this guy. He's going to constantly move side to side. When he's in front is when Tszyu lands. See this? Tszyu's positioning himself right now. Sharmba's out of there, sliding to his right. That's the way he wants to fight this guy. And see what happens when he does that? He's successful, although nothing serious, but it's those type of punches that can win around for you unless the other guy lands a power shot. That power shot went over the shoulder of Sharmba. Wild with the left hand. Costa measuring him, looking to land the right hand. This is a more difficult round to score, although I think Kostya Tszyu has landed heavier blows, and I think this is his round. As I say that, Mitchell lands an uppercut inside. Nice straight jab. That got the attention of Costa. Look at the power shots, and Mitchell grabs and hangs on. Bell coming up to end round number 3. I don't know if that jab was enough to give it to Sharmba. I'm going to give that round to Kostya Tszyu.
You can't relax inside. You relax inside. You got to stay focused. But keep circling. Front that man. Up and down here. Up and down here. Work, keep circling. Keep pushing. You're not putting the left hand. Keep putting the left hand to his head. To his chest so he hit something. Get number his arm. Right. They can hit something. So we're going to dance on them. You think he's going to throw a right hand? Throw your hook. Twist with it.
Remember the talk about the left knee. Sharmba slipped at this stage, and then he had a bit of problem with the left knee. And in between rounds here, I see them working on the left knee of Sharmba. So perhaps there is some story about that. I know he used to wear a brace on that. Nice, crisp right hand shot. Inside, right? See a short right hand like that inside. That would knock down lesser opponents. Sharmba Mitchell trained with Maggie Shilstone, the guy that was largely credited for helping a lot of American athletes. And in terms of boxing, he was the guy that was credited with helping Michael Spinks get ready to win the heavyweight title from Larry Holmes. Nice left hand scored by Kostya Tszyu. Now Sharmba has got to take this 4th round. It's very important that he doesn't let Tszyu start stealing rounds this early. Tszyu, if the judges saw it the same way I saw it, won the 3rd round. And Sharmba doing what he has to do to try and take this round. Kostya Tszyu totally focused, knows exactly where he wants to be, knows exactly where his positioning is. He'd like to fight it on the inside. He knows that this guy is quick, but he's the type of guy that breaks a man down. See those shots inside? So far, Joe Cortez has let them get away with that. Both of them have thrown him inside. Costa has been more successful when he does it. Front feet getting tied up. The idea when a right-handed fighter fights a southpaw is to try to work your foot to the outside. Either that or kick his right foot back with your left heel and throw a right hand at the same time. It's hard to do, but guys can do it with this sort of ability.
All right, break.
Nobody has been down, nobody visibly shaken. Tszyu has landed, I would say, the heavier blows. Mitchell may have landed more blows so far. Now Joe Cortez says no hanging on and hitting. Little sportsmanship shown by the two fighters as they touch gloves there again. Wild right hand that time by Kostya Tszyu. Nice stiff jab right hand by Kostya. He's beating Sharmba to the punch. The reason for that is that Sharmba doesn't belong in front of him. He's got to get off and get his angles. When he stands in front, Tszyu will beat him to the punch all the time, as he's doing right now. Sharmba's legs don't look great to me right now either. Nice left hand by Sharmba Mitchell. He cracked him with a right. Sharmba nailed him with a right hand that got his attention. Loading up shots now with Sharmba Mitchell. Kostya Tszyu hangs on. He's banging with the left hand, and now Costa pushes him down. No change of expression on the face of Costa, but he felt the power that Sharmba does possess. He's the boxer, but he certainly has a certain amount of power. Don't forget, he's got 29 KOs and 47 victories. So in spite of the fact that his last 5 fights has gone 12 rounds, he's also going to have it as a fight right before that he knocked guys out in the 1st round. But this is at a different level. Both of these guys want it bad. Costa looks kind of exhausted, and he throws Sharmba into the canvas. If that left knee is bothering him, all of these tosses to the canvas and bouncing around that left knee is not helping him any. Joe Cortez is warning right now. He's calling timeout.
1 point.
He's taking a point on Kostya Tszyu.
1 point. 1 point. Raw tackling.
The crowd in attendance is noticeably as Tszyu crowd it appears to be. In spite of the fact that Sharmba Mitchell is an American, and Tszyu is Australian via Russia. The crowd seems very much in favor of Tszyu, and they don't like the fact that Joe took the point away. Now, that was a good Mitchell round, and then Tszyu loses a point. Is it a 10-8 round? I don't know. I'm going to score it that way because I thought Mitchell won the round, so it's the same as if there were knockdowns. Remember, my scoring is only an indication. But if this be the case, I've got Mitchell leading by 3 points after 4 rounds. Watch this when Sharmba lands it. This is why we gave him the round. He's staggered him. Watch this. He's not done yet. Boom! Right there. Look at that shot. And then Kostya had to hang it out. Now this is when he takes the point away from Kostya. See, he catches him now. He grabs him and he takes him and he pushes him down to the. Well, he pushes him.
Come on, let's go.
So Joe Cortez, I would say, was correct in spite of the fact the crowd doesn't like it, and it does have an influence on the scoring. But if Kostya Tszyu is going to win this fight, most people expect him to knock him out. So the point being taken away is academic. But right now, Sharmba is going to continue doing what he's doing. He can't stand in front of this guy. Oh, big right hand by Kostya. But it didn't shift Sharmba Mitchell. That's important. That's the training and the time that he worked so hard with Shilstone, because Mitchell would have gone down by a powerful puncher like Kostya Tszyu had it been another time in his career. That was a good, crisp, short right hand by Kostya. But again, Sharmba, when things are going well, can't nap. He can't, with a puncher, get caught in front of him. You can be cruising along, everything can be going your way, but when you get a big puncher, one shot can change the course, and then you get yourself in trouble with all the time remaining in the 5th round. If that really did hurt him, Sharmba has got a lot of time to try and stay in there. So he better throw when he's in front of him or get out of there. And that's what he's trying to do right now, but he can't lose concentration. On the other hand, Tszyu wants to close the distance all the time, and he's doing a nice job of that here. Just barely missed the uppercut that time. That left hand is a great weapon of Kostya. He measures the guy, he'll come straight at you with it. He uses that a battering hook, he'll come with a 3/4 uppercut. It's a terrific, terrific hand that he uses. And don't forget, that's just the setting up hand. His power hand is the right hand, although he's dropped guys with both hands. He gets power. Tszyu all business like in his eyes. Round number 5 up for grabs. Tszyu looks so strong to me. Taps Mitchell on the chin. Mitchell comes forward. Tap, tap, tap with the right hand and misses the left. The left is his power hand. Coming up to the 1 minute mark remaining in this round, and this round is still up for grabs. Although Tszyu is having a pretty good round in my opinion. Somebody's got to do something dramatic in this last minute to win this round. Tszyu kind of cuffs him with the left hand that time, but that's okay. He's touching him. That time the punches, the jabs of Sharmba were picked off, but that's okay too for Sharmba because at least when he was in front of him, he was throwing. Tszyu more aggressive here, landing shot. Boy, Joe Cortez doing a great job. This is a fight that could get out of hand, but he's right on top of him. Staying far enough back so he can see with the southpaw fighting the right-handed fighter. If they trip over each other in a couple of occasions, he's had to call slips where somebody too close to call a knockdown. Left hook lands by Kostya Tszyu. Kostya gave a little smile there. That's like feeling it in your hands when you hit a guy really good. You get that good feeling in your shoulder. The fighter's talking about that. This is a good round for Tszyu. I'm going to give this round to Kostya Tszyu. Kostya needed that after losing the last round by the 10-8 margin I gave him. And look at this, right at the bell. Whoa! That is a pair 6 here, but all business on the face of Konstantin Tszyu.
Take the cut.
I have Tszyu winning 3 and 5, Mitchell winning 1-2 and a 2-point round at 4. So the difference is the points being taken away. It's a 1 or 2 point fight right now. In the corner with Sharmba Mitchell working on the eyes. Is big Jeff Grimoja, and there is a cut. Remember I told you going into the fight, we hadn't heard anybody talking about cuts, and that I was quite sure that the cuts would be a factor, and it was an accidental headbutt. Sharmba is cut up above the right eye. All right, here we go in the 6th round of a scheduled 12-round affair, and this is a tough fight. Good foot movement showed early here in the round by Sharmba Mitchell, but Sharmba allows this guy to come in on him. The heads are coming together. Feints left, feints right. Nice straight left hand that time by Sharmba. Got the attention of Kostya Tszyu, but it didn't buck in the legs at all like it did earlier when he got hit. Kostya all business. He wants to land a powerful shot. When Sharmba bends over, Kostya pounds those ribs. Sneaky right hand that time. Comes to the uppercut. Sharmba right in front of him this time. He's throwing. Sharmba turned his back as Kostya spun him a little bit because Kostya would be afraid to throw the shot. You know, with the southpaw, he's trying to get Sharmba when he spins that left shoulder backwards. He wants to hit that jab. That time it was a straight right hand down the middle, which is the textbook way to beat a southpaw. That's if the guy's in front of you. You know what else Tszyu's doing nicely? He's sliding to his left, so as the southpaw circles, that's a slip too. As the southpaw circles trying to get his angle, instead of following him around chasing the right shoulder, he's sliding to his left. That way he stays right in front of Sharmba, and he can execute what he wants to. Both guys have landed shots in this round. That combination of punches, Tszyu got the best of it. Both guys landed, but Tszyu got the best of it. Big straight left hand to the body, a crashing shot with the left hand to the ribs of Kostya Tszyu. Kostya right in front of him now. Sharmba doesn't want to be here unless he's throwing. Right hand cracks the high cheek of Sharmba. Left hook catches Sharmba. Well, these clear blows could be the difference in our otherwise very close round. When you get clear shots like that, the judges have a tendency to go when they can't make up their mind with the fighter that landed a couple of clear shots. Judges don't like to score rounds even. Sometimes I do. But sometimes the difference in a round can be just that one punch. We're in the 6th round of a scheduled 12-round fight for the WBC and WBA Super Lightweight Championship of the world. This is the area where Kostya Tszyu in previous fights began to break guys down. Again, he pushes Sharmba down. Joe Cortez has almost a disgusted look on his face as he's already taken a point away. And Joe really doesn't want to take any more points away from the guy, but he doesn't want him doing that either. Joe doesn't want to interfere with the flow of this fight. It's very close, and he realizes that. Sharmba is bleeding from the mouth. He's got a cut up in the right side of his eye. Luckily for him, the inside shot by Kostya Tszyu. Remember, he can't get lazy or lose concentration, no matter what time it is in the ring. And it was the closing seconds in that case, or he's going to get hit if he's in front of this guy. That's a Tszyu round.
Who's that moves now, mate? Okay. Just still for 1 minute, mate. Just still. Just watch his head in there. On the head now. Put it back.
Johnny Lewis, Peter Matreski, Scott Audrey, Dave Sample all work with Kostya 7th round. Watch this right hand by Kostya, right on top of the cheek. And that's what I talk about, where you can't really allow yourself to be in front of this guy unless you're throwing. By the way, remember I talked about 5, 6, 7 round when Kostya starts breaking guys down? Well, all of a sudden, instead of it being a 2 or 3 point round like it was in the 4th, here we are in the going to the 7th round, and now it's a 1 point fight. I get Mitchell out in front by 1 point. That's unofficial, of course. But it means that Tszyu is coming on. And he doesn't do it dramatically. He just slowly turns the tide. And that's what you call slowly breaking your opponent down. And he does all kinds of things. He'll grab you, he'll throw you to the canvas, he'll lay his body weight on you, he clipped him with a good left hook that time, straight right hand, almost tripped him that time with the outstretched hook. Sharmba makes him pay that time, and again he pushes him down. Sharmba, when he feels him grabbing him, is just going down. I don't think it's a weakness of that left leg. I think he just, when he feels the pressure of his open hand, he just is down. Now he appears that he may have hurt his leg. Sharmba limping on that left leg. And now all that talk prior to the fight, it may mean something. The reason why I sort of put it before, and if that's the case, all of this leading that Sharmba is feeling, the pressure of Kostya Tszyu is taking a toll on the left leg of Sharmba Mitchell. And if he had trouble with the left leg, why did he wear a knee brace? Obviously, the left leg is bothering Sharmba right now. Sharmba nails him with a straight left hand, and Kostya hangs on, and then throws him into the ropes. Well, he knows the tactics. He knows how to grab, spin. He knows how to use his body weight. And all that weight and all the times that Sharmba's been thrown to the canvas, which is about 4 or 5 times so far, is taking a toll on that left knee of his. And now there's no doubt in my mind where I questioned it at the start of the fight where he really had trouble with it. I've seen them working on the leg in between rounds. Powerful shots landed by Kostya. But the problem is, if Sharmba is distracted by his left leg, he may lose concentration because he's right in front of Tszyu right now, and that's not where you want to be when you fight Kostya Tszyu. Goes fishing downstairs to Sharmba. Sharmba looks almost arm-weary, looks very sloppy right now. A lot of that has to do with the legs. The legs imbalance so much a part of every sport, but especially in boxing. And if his left leg is truly bothering like it appears to be, Kostya's just taking advantage of him in this round. Sharmba works downstairs. Kostya puts that elbow across his back and pushes down again. I don't know if Kostya is aware of the fact that he's got problems with the left leg, but I'll tell you this, if he has any indication that he's got an injured left leg, or if he doesn't, he's doing a great job to add to it, I'll tell you that. Sharmba gets a light left through, trying to get his angle, tries to spin Kostya. Sharmba doesn't look terrific to me right now. Part of that is the breaking down tactics of Kostya Tszyu in the many ways that he does it. A very distressed look on the face of Sharmba Mitchell. Sharmba hasn't done enough to win the 7th round, which means Tszyu has won it in my scorecard, and I've got this thing dead even. I've got it 66-66 after 7. But remember, in the 4th round, I had Mitchell winning 39-36. Let's listen.
Not in the eye.
One more quick look.
Jeff Ramon is very firm on Sharmba.
Work it out.
Please do my leg.
We're fine.
Do my leg, please.
Picking on this all night.
Sharmba complaining about his leg is all I can pick up.
What's happening? I'm trying to get out of the way.
What's happening?
What do you want to do, champ?
What's happening? I'm gonna stop it.
It's on you how you want to go.
I'm gonna stop it.
I can't fucking move it.
I'm gonna stop it.
So no.
Watch this. In the middle of the round, you'll see him start hobbling on the leg. Dr. Margaret Goodman is in there talking to Sharmba right now. And she's saying something. It's all over. Sharmba can't answer the bell. For the 8th round, Kostya Tszyu wins the title. I don't know what happened. Now all of a sudden, Sharmba says, what happened? Why did they stop the fight? Is the expression I'm getting. But the important thing is Kostya Tszyu has unified the WBC and the WBA Super Lightweight Championships.
You're a warrior, yo. I feel you.
There was a little bit of hesitancy at the start of the 8th round. All the corner guys were around Sharmba. Sharmba is obviously annoyed at the stoppage, but he didn't have that expression right at the time they stopped it. Suddenly, when they stopped it afterwards, they were talking to him about being a warrior. Sharmba had a total look of disgust on his face. But Kostya Tszyu is the new WBC, WBA unified champion.
Hey, let's sit down.
Sharmba now really hobbling on that left leg.
Excuse me.
And a nice effort. If the guy's tendency was to break him down at 5, 6, and 7, he did exactly that. He broke him down. Sharmba complained before the fight started about a problem with his left leg. Why didn't they have a brace on it is my question. And eventually the fight had to be stopped because of a left leg injury, which we didn't expect. We heard nothing about it in his training leading up to the fight. We heard about it immediately before the fight. Dr. Margaret Goodman went to the corner of Sharmba. There was no indication, although I heard Jeff Gramoja, who was one of the chief cornermen for Sharmba, say, what do you want to do? I didn't hear an answer. And all of a sudden, I saw Dr. Margaret Goodman say something to the referee, Joe Cortez. Joe took one more look over the corner, and all of a sudden, he waved his arms, and the fight was over. Momentarily, we'll have an official from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has been stopped at the end of round number 7. On advice of the corner, our referee in charge, Joe Cortez, stops the contest. Fighter unable to continue. Therefore, the winner by way of technical knockout. He is now the WBC and WBA super lightweight champion of the world, Kostya Tszyu.
Kostya Tszyu.